So, we have a monster mom getting ready to be released for parole this year after being incarcerated for unaliving her two young children. You already know who I'm talking about. Susan Smith. Fair use disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing on copyright laws. Disclaimer notice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. All information in this video is not based on fact. It is all alleged, based upon my intuition, my opinion, what I believe my tarot cards are telling me. I encourage each and every one of you to do your own research, form your own opinions. After all, I'm just a blonde throwing cards.
Whoever has my children, that they please bring them home.
That was Susan Smith in October 1994, begging for the safe return of her two young sons, who it turned out she murdered. Now Smith's coming up for parole. Thanks for joining me for Crime Fix. I'm Jeanette Levy. The case of Susan Smith and her missing sons captured the attention of the nation. This was back, of course, before everyone had a cell phone. It was before social media, and the search for Smith's two sons, 3-year-old Michael and 14-month-old Alexander, was the top story on the national news for days. Smith called police in Union, South Carolina, and claimed a black man carjacked her and took the car with her two little boys in the back seat. As you saw, Smith went on national television begging for the carjacker to bring back her children. But the entire time, little Michael and Alexander, those poor defenseless little boys, were strapped in their car seats. They were dead in the back seat of their mother's car that she had let roll into the bottom of John D. Long Lake. A jury found Smith guilty, but opted to send her to prison for life instead of giving her the death penalty. Later this year, Susan Smith will be up for parole because at the time she was sentenced, life didn't mean life. She would be eligible for parole after serving just 30 years. Since she's been in prison, Susan Smith has been in some trouble. She's been caught using drugs. She's had sexual relationships, including one with a prison guard. She's lost phone and canteen privileges a number of times, but hasn't been in trouble since about 2015. One thing that I think is important to note, Susan Smith has been in prison for almost 30 years, and she has not earned one educational credit. Not one. But she has spent a lot of time talking to people who want to date her. The now defunct outlet The Messenger reported last year that Smith told one man that she thought she'd be a good stepmom. And that man was quoted as saying back to her, "You'd be great, babe." Prosecutors argued at trial that Susan Smith killed her sons because a man she was having an affair with told her in a letter that he didn't want children. Smith, meanwhile, claimed she had a psychotic breakdown and had garnered some sympathy because her stepfather had sexually abused her as a teenager.
Isn't that insane? I mean, okay, yeah, a long time ago, life sentence didn't mean a life sentence. Then why have it? A life sentence should mean you spend the rest of your life behind bars. Plain and simple. Not getting out in 30 years under parole. No, then what's the purpose of a life sentence? Seriously. Then she's got these guys wanting to date her, and she makes a comment, "Oh, I may be an excellent stepmom." Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, if I knew who that dude was, man, I'd be hunting him down on social media and saying, "What the freak are you doing? Are you serious? Do you want your kids to join hers on the other side? Seriously. I remember this case so vividly. I remember watching it on TV, watching the news reports. I remember, because my kids were in that same age group. I think, 1994, Daniel, well, my kids were early elementary school. Daniel, my youngest, was around that time. He was like 4 years old, so he was preschool. My oldest one, Aaron, was already in elementary school, like first grade, I think. And that was just unreal. Well, I kind of want to get an idea on Spirit, what the Spirit thinks. Is she going to get the parole? The prosecution, who sent her to prison to begin with, he has his own opinion. And I kind of want to do a little bit of a psychological profile. Is she even fit to rejoin society? That's a scary thought. Everybody lock up your kids. Okay, I want to start off with a major arcana card, get the overall energy, and I did develop a spread, well, card positions, the questions that I want to ask in analyzing Susan Smith's mental state, emotional state, readiness for release. This should prove to be interesting. Okay, let's see what her overall, let's see what about around her release. Overall energy. We have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is change. It is the wheel spinning in a new direction. Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of moving the camera around a little bit for a little bit better view. There we go. What else do we have? We have a change. The wheel spinning. Time has passed. Thank you, Spirit. Time has passed. And then we have the Judgment card. Or I mean, the World card. Okay. Time has passed. There's been some kind of completion. And yes, right now, it is the talk of the world. I don't know how many other creators are talking about this right now. But I did see a couple videos discussing the release. Okay, there's Judgment. So, it's kind of funny. I called the world Judgment at first. And I said, no, that's the world, but here's the Judgment. There is going to be great judgment and scrutiny and criticism coming from the world. That could... let's get one more card, because I'm really curious. This change, progressing forward after some time, you know, things changing, evolving, the potential of her being released. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is Sagittarian energy. Well, it's not just Sagittarius, but it is about Jupiter. I'm thinking December-ish. I think it's at the end of this year she's up for parole. So that kind of makes sense. It's like time has passed. And so now she's coming up for parole. There is a lot of judgment coming. Hanged Man suspended. This almost makes me think that things are going to be suspended. She may not get released. She might not get released. She might get denied. And a lot of it has to do with decisions whether or not she has truly rehabilitated, whether she is truly ready to be integrated back into the world? Is she ready to make her re-entrance? I question that. I've done a lot of meditating on this, and I just get this energy like, she's not ready. She's not ready. But there could be another side of people trying to say, well, you've got to look at things, think outside the box. Look at this from a different perspective. I'm sorry, honey. She's a monster mom. And it's really hard for someone like to look at, for something like this, to try to look at it. I know that we always say don't prejudge. I'm sorry. The monstrous things that she did, and me being a mom myself, I'm prejudging. But put my personal opinion aside and see what the cards have to say. And I am not reading reversals. I'm announcing that now. If a card happens to come out reversed, you will see me turn it around. I am setting my intention for no reversals. Okay? Okay, we've got this. This is readiness for Susan Smith. What is her readiness like for reintegration back into society? Okay. Is she ready to come back to society? And, I still find it odd that prosecution back at the time did not seek the death penalty. I kind of wonder if that was a sex thing. And I don't mean the act. I'm talking about gender. Was that gender related? Was it that the state did not want to be known as somebody to put a woman to death, a mother to death who may have had a mental crisis? Or, of course, the police department felt that it was over a guy. Someone that she was dating that didn't want children. So, I mean, I guess because I have a motherly instinct, I don't understand this mentality. Thank God I don't understand it, really. I'd be scaring myself if I understood her way of thinking, But how somebody could follow through and unalive their own children, that's something a mother I cannot understand. Okay, we are almost ready. Okay, one more. One more. Okay. Okay, the first card out is, and I'm not putting them in any kind of pattern. I'm just drawing cards and telling you what they are for. This is her emotional readiness. How ready is she really for entering society? Now we've got the Chariot. She still thinks about her car. Her children were in the car, right? Yes. Emotionally, and I will draw clarifiers on that. It just feels like, in fact, I am going to just draw 9 cards. Emotionally, it's racing emotions. Cars go up and down hills. I just feel like she's emotionally all over the place. but her emotions are attached to the vehicle. Okay. Yeah, I needed 9 cards. Okay. Her emotions are attached to the vehicle. And I want to use... I've been using Mildred Payne a lot. I'm going to use the Magi Method cards. I'm not using the undercurrent. I'm not adding them up. I'm just... Two cards. Clarified as Chariot. It's kind of an odd card to fall into the category of emotional readiness. It's almost like she's roaring and ready to go, but there's an attachment, I think, still to that card, to what happened. Almost feels like an undercurrent, which is the next card. Why is a Chariot here for her emotional status? Okay, yeah. Butterfly. She has been changed as a result of what she did. Yes. And we got the incubus succubus, which is meaning incubus succubus is a very negative energy, evil-like energy, emotionally, and I think it's transformed her in a very negative way. And this is her attachment. She's still not saying that she may have regret over what she did, but this is more like her attachment to the car and her actions. She wants her freedom. I'm almost feeling like she's playing the part that I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to go out. She's telling authorities whatever she needs to tell them. That's what I'm feeling. But she's really... I'm almost wondering... She claims she had an emotional breakdown. I'm questioning with that incubus succubus card here, is she truly recognizing what she did? It's like she did what she did to her children for a sense of freedom. And didn't see anything wrong. Could not... It's almost like she's not taking accountability emotionally for what she did. There's still a real negativeness in regards to her emotional state. I said I felt it was all over the place. Chariot is high energy. In an emotional reading, I would see that as high energy and can travel all over the place. I feel like she's all over the board. Emotionally. Now, the next card here are the feelings or thoughts that may impact her her thoughts and her feelings that may impact her readiness. This is kind of things that could also be what's under the surface, what's not seen. 5 of Swords. I'm telling you, she doesn't take any kind of accountability. That's what I'm getting. Things unseen or things that, feelings and emotionals and thoughts that may impact her readiness. This is sabotage. This is cunning. Bullying. Whether that means she'll be bullied or she does the bullying. I think she does the bullying. Don't give her a pair of scissors. You know, I'm looking at all these scissors and I just heard, do not give her a pair of scissors. Whatever that's supposed to mean. But it's almost like I gotta win at all costs type of mentality. I said she's willing to do anything she has to do to make herself appear that she's ready to be released. So far on an emotional level and mental, her thoughts and feelings are not aligning with that of somebody who's been rehabilitated and ready to get out into the world, because they're more like being clever and using some trickery, illusions to try to fool the panel, the parole board. It almost feels like trying to use trickery with the parole board to get her release. I'm not getting a good vibe at all. The next card, this is the current mental health or mindset. The Sun. Okay, her mindset is positive, outgoing. This is good. She has a good mindset, a good attitude. Her mental health, it's like she's not downing herself. She's not downing the world. She's not all doom and gloom. She's bright and sunny. Okay. Everything's great. Her strengths. What strengths can she draw upon to have a successful reintegration? You don't say. The Strength card. Having a sense of, well, that's confidence. This is screaming confidence between the Sun and the Strength. And that's Leo season. I saw towards the end of the year, I'm kind of wondering, I'm getting two time frames. I'm getting something about Leo, something about later in the year, November, December-ish. But her attitude's good, her outlook is good, her mindset is positive. And her strength, for successful integration, the Strength card is moderation and balance, showing some restraint in some areas. As you saw in that clip that I played, where they said that she had gotten in trouble in prison a couple times, like with drug use. So there's some, I keep hitting restraint. Having the strength to resist certain temptations. Whew. Okay. What challenges is she going to face or present? What challenges are there in relation to her release? This could be with her or society. Three of Swords. Pain, heartbreak. I'm looking at this Three of Swords. Like, oh, there we go. I'm looking at this Three of Swords, thinking about what she did. Okay, the heartbreak of that Three of Swords, the pain that it caused even other people, the sorrow. So what I'm getting is more of external influence that how other people not forgetting what she did, still being butt sore over it, which I understand. Lives that were changed as a result. There's a lot coming into play here. And does she mourn the loss of her children? I think on a subconscious level she does. Mourn, maybe regret what she did. But it's not up on the surface. That Three of Swords is more speaking about the community. They're not ready to accept her. But I don't think she's ready to go back into the community. Okay. This is the past that impacts her current state of mind. Particularly according to the crime. Whole, I shit you not. The death card. I shit you not. The past that impacts her current state of mind and emotional state. Yes, the death of her children still impacts her and still affects her. I think this is surface level. Okay. The potential for rehabilitation and reintegration. What potential is there? Ace of Wands. There is potential. There is potential for a brand new start, if done in the proper manner. The work has to be put in to her rehabilitation. Maybe she gets the role, if she would get released, that might be in, I'm wondering if she has a hearing during Leo season, but then is giving a few months to learn some things so she can integrate herself back into society. I'm not sure. I'm just seeing that this is a yes, that she can be rehabilitated. But there's some cleaning has to do, some internal cleaning that needs to be done before she's let out. I'm not positive that that has been done. Now, advice for her to have a successful integration and getting back into society. Stability, Four of Wands. Make sure she has a halfway house. I just heard halfway house. For a successful integration, the very foundations, her core values, her emotional values, her mental state, everything has to line up. Everything she has to, in order for her to be successful, if she would be released, she has to be released with some kind of foundation in place. Something solid. This is the 1111 card. Definitely spiritual healing as well. I'm just getting that, a solid foundation. Make sure everything's aligned up, including any kind of aftercare, mental health care that she would need to receive. What is this potential? What is the potential outcome, impact, if she re-enters society? Nine of Wands, there is a burden. If she would re-enter society, the Nine of Wands indicates repeated action or It is a wall blockage. It is also being extremely tired. It is perseverance. Will she have the strength to persevere persecution? That's a question. Can she? But I also feel it's going to be a strain on society. She's going to be blocked from being able to do a lot of things. And particularly employment. She's going to have difficulty with that. I really want to draw some more cards on this Nine of Wands. Because that one... that's exhaustion. And the Nine of Wands could be a block, too. That could also be indicating potentially her petition for parole could actually be blocked. And she's going to have to keep on climbing up the ladder, keep on elevating herself. It almost feels like I think she's going to get denied. But this is the potential outcome where things are going. And I had a card fall on the floor. Hamster wheel. The exhaustion. Day in and the hamster wheel is also about work. Yeah, she's going to be blocked. I don't see her. She's going to have trouble even finding employment. Earthquake. Hamster wheel. Going round and round. Wheel of fortune. I am putting some, I'm connecting some dots here. Inheritance. Oh my God. Oh my God. Scorch underneath. Cornerstone. Karmic relationship. Strength. Finger of God. Executioner. I tell you what. I'm going to put this out there. Particularly you single men that think that you want to date this psychopath. And that's what she is. She is a psychopath. Okay? She still is. She's putting up a good front. And making certain the right people, the correct people, to think she's ready. She's going to do it again. If she's given the opportunity to be around children, she's going to do it again. That is why she has such an attachment, and it's a very negative attachment to traveling, to the car, to what happened in the car. There's a very, very negative energy around her. She could actually have being oppressed or being even possessed. There's a very negative spirit about her, in her, around her, attached to her. That's what I feel is here. And she is still negatively attached to the car. Am I seeing strong remorse? I am not. Let me repeat. I am not seeing a lot of remorse here. I'm seeing that, yes, she's emotionally attached to what she did, but her ways haven't changed with the Five of Swords. And she's out to fool everybody and make her think she's got this bright outlook, the sunny outlook. She's grown. But she was, I think, subconsciously affected by this passing of her children by her own hand. But this is screaming. You know, there's some karma here. Do not let her out. There's repetitive action. Her pretending to be the cornerstone. Inheritance is about family. An earthquake in the family. Hamster wheel, same thing over and over again. Wheel of fortune. Hamster wheel. The wheel moving forward. Nine of Wands is also the insanity card. Repetitive action makes you tired. There's a lot of repeat energy here, which tells me she will kill again. And I started to say, if you are one of these men that's chasing her ass, writing to her, you need to run to the fucking hills, honey. If you have children, protect your children. I gotta find out a little bit more because I was gonna drop the mic at this point, but I can't. Because I'm feeling an energy that what's driving this, I kind of want to find out, first of all, is she going to be released? I kind of got the energy of not this time. A little bit of suspension. But you single guys out there that are chasing her tail, if you have children, grandchildren, anything, you need to protect those babies. You've got to protect them. You can't let this woman around them. It's almost like I get a sense of, particularly men with children, like a man, because of a man, she took her own kid's life. And she blames men. I'm just saying. There's the Hangman again. I don't need any more cards. I don't think. That's talking about a suspension. Six of Swords. This is saying she will eventually be released. It's just not happening right now. Thank God. But in the future, got something to worry about. Six of Swords is suggesting moving forward out of the storm into calmer waters. Hangman is a waiting period, and I feel that there's a sense, I think somebody at the prison has a sense of her mental instability. They see it, and I think it's going to be voted she's not quite ready yet. But eventually she will have success and she will get out of jail. I just don't think that this parole time is going to be it. I don't know when she would be eligible for parole again. But I think that this time it's going to be denied. So we may not have anything to worry about. But I do want to bring out Black Mirror Oracle as soon as I locate it here. Just a second. I know where I had it, generally speaking. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Where's my Black Mirror Oracle? It's not a very big oracle. I had it here. Hold on. Hold on. Hold that thought. There it is. I knew I saw it. I knew it. Okay. She has a very, very dark energy about her. Absolutely. I can't even believe that they would even consider parole on this woman. I don't know why they didn't enact the death penalty. I hate to say it, had that been a guy that did that, he'd probably be 6 feet under right now. Okay. Okay. Gilded regret. She has some sense of regret, but it's like an odd regret. It's not the regret of getting rid of her children. I think it's gilded as in skewed a little bit. That might be just of getting caught. But it's almost like maybe getting involved with that particular man she regrets, but not. It's a really odd thing. Hiding your true self. I'm looking at the picture on this one. Looking like two people. It's like she's split. She has a side of her that is remorseful and regretful, and she has another side that's not. I wonder if she has a split personality. I forget. They don't call it multiple personality disorder anymore. They call it something else. And I forget the name of it. But it's like two separate personalities. Her personality being, her mind being split per se. Queen of my world. Yeah, she's queen of her world, all right. That's kind of like that sun energy. That confidence that she displays. Very confident. It's just kind of odd. Sacrifice. Hangman twice in the reading, right? Sacrifice. She views things that she sacrificed for love. She sacrificed her children to get what she wanted. And it feels like that there's regret over maybe that sacrifice. I sacrificed and I ended up not with him. Energy. It's like whoever she did this for did not stick around. Downcast pride. This is what I'm talking about. I said, she's got that grief. She's got that remorse to a point. It's limited because of her mental state. Then we've got these two cards that are almost like polar opposites. One is I'm queen of my world. The other one is downcast pride. It's like a downgrade. Got them two, and we got this card right here. Hiding your true self. But her true self is not whole. It's split. And it just feels like, you know, that attachment. Really, and that recognition. It's almost like it's almost like she doesn't know right from wrong, which is somebody that is a definite of, that is one of the criteria that is needed for somebody to declare insanity. Insanity plea in court doesn't usually fly because somebody has to prove that they do not know right from wrong. And sometime during the testimony, they slip up. It's like, aha, we caught you. You really do know right from wrong. This is suggesting that this is an energy of depression. She's had two sides to her. And the incubus succubus card keeps coming out to me in my mind's eye. It's like she's doing things, but she doesn't see where it's wrong. She doesn't see where it's wrong. Now I'm going to get some Mildred. I'm looking at a woman that is far from ready for a release. Far from ready. Okay. What is this guilted regret? Guilted regret. The alarm bells. That's the alarm bell. That's recognition. The B. Okay. There is still work that needs to be done. Now, I cannot believe I'm going to say this. Because it's what I called her a monster mom, which she is. She's a psychopath. However, working on her regret, her gilded regret, which makes me think that is that her going through psychological help? It's an awakening. The bell's an awakening. It's waking up to something. It is it's the beginning or an ending of something important. It's an important event, and it's also a warning. So there is some kind of an awakening or an awareness here that she has been working on. Maybe it is with a professional. I hope it's with a professional. I would hope she would be getting professional help. Because what she did only a psychopath can do that. So she is taking some kind of action to work on herself so that she can integrate back into society. Interesting. Okay. That was kind of okay. But hiding your true self. The comment. The comment is something sudden. That comment reminds me so much of the Tower. Time. Okay. This is talking about she's had time to try to process what has happened. And it's taken time to try to undo the damage that was done to her own psyche. And it definitely feels like, the work's not done yet. But the 71 is a card of destruction. Or 77, the comet. It is a card of destruction. A disaster. It's catastrophic destruction. That's all I can say. It's a bad omen, and over time, I think what has happened, the destruction that she caused over time, she kind of disassociates herself with it, and I think that's where a split personality came into play. Because she was trying to disassociate herself from what she had done, trying to disassociate herself from the guilt. Okay, the Queen of my world. Go bite me, Susan. Seriously. Fire. A lot of fire energy. Makes me think of fire signs. Fire energy. Antidote. The fixing the problem. Again, still an energy of working on self. The antidote is a solution to a problem. It is, and you know, she's confident. She's displaying that confidence. I'm queen of my world. Maybe even a little self-centeredness. I just got to put that out there. But she's very creative, very passionate. A very passionate person, very confident. I'm almost feeling like it's another card of destruction, but I'm feeling like being consumed. Consumed with oneself. And the antidote. The antidote is the solution. It's remedying a toxic problem and trying to balance the forces that are against this. So this is being passionate about trying to balance the forces that are coming up against her and dealing with the demons and the skeletons of her past. It is a welcome remedy to something very negative. Part of that has to do with self-confidence. Can it be ego? Absolutely. I'm not denying that. But this is kind of telling me water. Oh my God, water to put out the fire. Her anger issues. Needing to put out the flame. Queen of my world. There's some ego here. Then we've got sacrificing. Okay, tell me about the sacrifice. Tell me about the sacrifice. I'm going to do something different. I don't know why I'm being told to do this, but I'm going to. I'm going to cut the deck and turn one half over. Okay, and pull cards. Okay, we've got the stick. And the hand. Sacrifice. I can't unsee the dragon. So we're going to put the dragon guy out there. Okay. Slaying the dragon. The stick. That's the wand. An idea. A spark of inspiration. The sacrificing by the hands of the monster, the dragon. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. She sees it that shit. Are you serious? I'm supposed to take this just as I was thinking. For somebody's wand? For a man's wand? Do you understand where I'm going? Sacrificing for the man's wand. And the hand and the dragon. The hand is usually help. Giving a helping hand. Giving or receiving help. Being friendly. And using one skill for a purpose. I'm seeing a helping hand. Are you shitting me? I'm going to drop a bomb here in a minute. I'm holding this thought. I've got to hold this thought because I got it. I see what's coming out. And part of this guilt and this anguish over the car, over the incident, something that's eating at her, and we're getting there in just a moment. Just hang with me for a moment or two here, because I'm going to look at this last card, and then we're going to figure out, we're coming back to this. So, I will say one of the images I get is sometimes a dragon is a support system. Receiving support, especially with the helping hand. And sometimes a dragon is representation of good fortune. But I also got a secondary hit. But okay, we're looking at this this one. Downcast pride. Oh, okay. Pipe, relaxation, the owl, knowledge. This is what old knowledge from somebody, some spiritual knowledge. Ear. She's listening to advice right now. It seems to be really solid. And they're kind of telling her, well, you need to downplay your confidence here. But I'm also picking up hits. I wonder how long I've been recording here. How long have I been recording? I can't tell. Sorry about getting my face in here. For a hot minute. Okay. This is what I'm getting. Okay, so really we are talking about her release. She's receiving help, but she's just not quite there ready for release. But I'm also seeing part of her turmoil is that she received help from somebody else to pull the crime off. And she's never talked about it. She's never turned them in. And she sacrificed herself to take the whole entire blame. It may have come from a simple idea. Okay. You need to get rid of the children. Here's how you do it. Somebody had, this is premeditated, and somebody had their hand in advice giving, telling her how to do it, and she sacrificed what she feels she sacrificed it for love. There, folks, I'm dropping the mic.